Hi everyone, my name's Kevin Benison. I'm the Managing Director of SWL Training, and I've been noticing that there's a little bit of confusion going on about how the CPCS scheme works. This has been happening over the last few years, but recently there's a lot of questions on social media and uncertainty as to how people renew cards and maybe bits about endorsements and such like. So I just wanted to put some information out there to help you with understanding what's what with the Construction Plant Competence Scheme, the CPCS card scheme. So firstly, it's important to bear in mind that before you come on the scheme, you've got to do a CITB Health, Safety and Environment test. Now you can get more information on that just by Googling the term CITB Health and Safety Test. That'll then get you to the page where it gives you more information and helps you book. So with the CITB test, that is valid essentially for 2 years. Although your card, your CPCS card, the blue card is valid for 5 years, the touchscreen test is actually only valid for 2. So whenever you come to renew your card or add categories, you've got to have done the relevant level of touchscreen test within 2 years. So if you have A61, appointed person, on your card, you will need to do the managers and professionals touchscreen test. If you've got A62, if that's your highest category, you'll need to do the specialist supervisory. And any other categories, tower crane, mobile crane, Slinger signaller, anything like that, it's going to be the standard operative test. Now it's really important, folks, that whenever you're coming up to do your test, you do a bit of studying beforehand. You do need a bit of time. You do get the books and you get the app that you can download, as well as the CD-ROM that you can use on your computer. But it's very important that you get sufficient time to study so you don't go in and then struggle with the test and have to book another test and take more time away from work later. So that's on your touchscreen test. Now, with regards to the CPCS scheme, so when you go to do a CPCS technical test and you're successful on that, you'll be awarded the red trained operator card. So that's the first card you get. So that's valid for 2 years, the red card. Now, before you go to get your red card, it's very important that you get suitable and sufficient training. There's no point trying to wing it, even with experienced people. Some of the questions can be a little bit tricky, and of course, it's like doing your driving test again. When you go and do the practical test, there's certain things expected of you. So it's always worthwhile getting suitable and sufficient training. So that red card has a validity period of 2 years. Okay, now it's essentially non-renewable. However, if you register for the relevant NVQ and then apply to CPCS, they will often grant a 12-month extension, but that can't be guaranteed. But to then renew your red card and actually turn it to blue, you've got to do the relevant NVQ. Okay, so that NVQ will be based upon the category you hold, and then depending on what category it is, it'll be a different level. So for AP and crane supervisors, there's a lot of documentation you need to look at and keep within your portfolio. When it's Slinger and crane operator, it's mainly about how you perform the job, and you'll have discussions with your assessor. So once you get your NVQ, you then get a blue competent operator card, which is valid for a 5-year period. Now, renewing that card is where there's sometimes a little bit of confusion. A few years ago, they came out with the CPCS Renewal Theory Test. Now, that is done the same as your touchscreen health and safety test. It's a touchscreen test, okay, but it's category specific. Now, some categories can be grouped, okay, because it's viewed that some categories are superior to others. So if you hold a couple of similar categories, you may just need to do the test for one category. On the CPCS website, there's something called Module Matcher, which allows you to put your categories in, and it will tell you what tests you need to do. Okay, now with that, make sure again you study. CPCS issue fact sheets with all the information which the questions for the renewal theory test will be drawn from. Okay, now with those questions, when you look at it on the screen and you get 3-4 answers, there may be a couple that appear feasible answers. So it's very important you've read the fact sheets and absorbed the information on there so you know what answer is correct. Sometimes it can just be a little bit of wording that changes what the correct answer is. Okay, now on the practical side, often overlooked and forgotten about by people is renewing using your logbook. Many people don't keep them up to date. It is the easiest way to renew your card. Now, some people just then get it signed off by a validator and I know for sure they're not keeping the logbooks up to date. It will then cause a problem if your logbooks get audited, which does happen occasionally, and random operators will be picked out to check the logbooks. If that's the case, you may end up losing categories if you've not got your logbooks up to date and you've renewed on the premise that they are up to date. Okay. If you don't keep them up to date, there's a possibility you're going to have to pay for a practical test, which you don't want to do because you're looking at a few £100. Okay, logbook, easiest way to keep up to date, 300 hours per category, that's 60 hours per year, 5 hours per month. It's less than 1 working day on each category per month to have enough hours. So keep up to date, get it signed whenever your job sheets or time sheets signed on site. Get your logbook signed too. Keep up to date. So then, just thinking about what categories there are under the CPCS. So the CPCS do a document which lists all the categories. So if you go to the CPCS website, you'll see a section saying CPCS downloads. Within there, there's a document called category information. Download that, it lists all the categories and all the endorsements. You can download that on your phone. Okay, so just looking at the main categories, really, certainly the ones that cause a little bit of uncertainty. So A40 Slinger Signaler, now that became a little bit more complicated in January 15 because they broke it down into endorsements. So we'll go through looking at those endorsements. So endorsement A is kind of the senior endorsement, so that is all types, all duties, any lifting equipment, and that's for doing pick and carry operations as well as just static operations. So excavators, crawler cranes doing pick and carry, mobile cranes doing pick and carry, as well as all your other static equipment such as tower cranes or mobile cranes on outriggers. Okay, now the next one is A40B, which is all types static duties. So that's for any crane where the crane isn't actually moving, it's not mobile, it's remaining in the same place and just operating. So tower crane, mobile crane on outriggers, crawler crane if it's remaining stationary, lorry loader and other types of equipment like that. So it won't cover your pick and carry. Then you've got the endorsements for individual types of machine, for specific types of machine, such as C is knuckle boom, which essentially is a lorry loader, D for excavators only, and E, which is for lift trucks, i.e. telehandlers and counterbalance forklifts. So they would really be more if you've got people who just want to use that type of equipment. Now, to upgrade, if you had your Slinger Signaler category before January 2015, if you then want to upgrade, so the chances are you were awarded then, if you look on your card, the chances are you've got static duties all types. So if you want to upgrade to all types, all duties, with having your card before the Slinger Signaler endorsement before January 2015, all you need to do is a theory test for a subcategory called A95. It's 25 questions, they're about pick and carry, so if you do them, pass that, you then get A40A. For anybody getting their card on or after January 2015, then they'll have the endorsement based on the practical test that they carried out. If you then want to upgrade your card, you're going to need to do the practical test for A40A, okay? A40A covers all other endorsements. So then we've also got A61, appointed person, which is kind of like the top level category for lifting. So that's quite a tricky one to do, but then of course that starts taking you places and moves you up the level in terms of lifting. So the other one, A62 crane supervisor, which is about overseeing the lifting operations on site. Now, if you hold both A61 appointed person and A40 Slinger signaller, you will at the moment be awarded A62 crane supervisor, because it's viewed you've got the knowledge with A61 and you've got the practical experience with A40. That's how CPCS view it. Now, there were questions about whether that was going to remain in place or not, given A62 with both A61 and A40. So I'm not sure if that's going to remain in place for the long term, but it's certainly still in place at the moment. So hopefully that clears things up for you a little bit. If you've got any questions on that, then feel free to get in touch with us, get in touch with me. I'd be happy to answer your questions. So ways of getting in touch, we've got our website, swltraining.com. Now on there, what we also have is a maths tutorial which is available to download for free. There's no commitment. You can download that, do your training elsewhere. That's entirely up to you, but it's there for free to download from our website. And that just helps you prepare for doing the type of maths that you're likely to encounter on your AP course and even your crane supervisor course. We also have a lot of information we chuck out on social media. We have video tutorials on our YouTube channel. We have little exercises we put out on Facebook and LinkedIn, which we normally put them out every few weeks. And then we ask a question, and then a few days later we'll put up the answer and the solution, so you then know how to work that out, because we get various answers. Okay, and also I'm personally on Instagram, so feel free to follow on Instagram. I put some stuff up there about lifting and also some just daily inspiration to keep you in the right mindset. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you found that helpful. Like I say, any questions, do please get in touch. All the best. Take care.